Okay, got a, I think, free-to-play account. 1,000 days. Asking me to do a bunch of summons. Oh, we still have a... Okay. Decent session right there. We do have 262. We have one over there, another one over there, and there's 16 over there. 21. Good amount of LDs. Good amount of... Ooh, okay. He was mainly saying that he wanted a Leo, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just say what he said. Leo mostly siege units. He's not interested in PvE units because he already... he doesn't have infinite amount of crystals. Fair point. These kind of scrolls. I like it that they're like exact numbers, so I can just go for 10 scrolls. We should have the purple lightning on, because purple lightning is bound to the client. Should be looking at a good amount of net 5s. But also, since he's been saving this long and he's free to play, a bunch of the skill ups on the 4 stars wouldn't be super bad neither, probably. Wait, you don't have a Garo yet? Wait. Did not expect that. Come on, drop me them Leos. Leos or Siege Net 5, that's what we're looking for. Do you buy ancient crystals? Wait, what do you mean ancient crystals? Oh, you mean dupe stuff? Like, I didn't get a dupe yet ever. They all did about, like, I think 1,800 scrolls in total. Only got like 5 Net 5s. Okay, but we blame the channel. I used to go to channel 6969, but that's no longer the case. Well, then we just go to 69. Ha ha ha. Jokes on you. Or would you buy Blessing? Yeah, most likely. I think for a beginner account, Blessings are pretty high value. Okay, so far, not much luck yet. Oh, well, there we have the Blessing. I guess Daragon, because it's new. Simple choice. Can be used for Siege, but it's very niche. Alright, let me check. Do you have more Blessings? You still have one more Blessing. Should be looking at 3 Net 5s already, but it's probably going to be the case of at some point pulling a lot of them together. These things look so ugly. Like, I don't know, man. What do you guys think about this one? These things look so bad. Inosuke looks cool. New Inosuke looks cool because you straight up get like a fucking Bleach collab from it. Like, that thing looks straight out of Bleach, man. Hey, where are the free card in Net 5s, man? These are some poor ass raids. Maybe next collab is a Bleach. We already have a Bleach character then. We're gonna pull 2 Net 5s in a session like right away. Or we keep the good LDs or like the good Net 5s for the LDs. That's also an option. I think this is on other accounts the lowest rate I had for Net 5s in a while. For what, like 700 scrolls in for 1. And that is why about every other game does a pity system. So you don't have people that go crazy on luck. Okay, there we have them. Leo! Oh, you were talking siege units. Not sure if you have Camilla, but if we're talking siege units, this thing is still pretty king for it. This thing is not too bad for siege as well, but I prefer this thing by a long shot. Okay, we go for the demon. He told me there was another blessing in shop. Don't tell me we're gonna do like 1,400 scrolls for 2 Net 5s. That would be really ass. Is that really what we're going for? Okay, that's where we have another one. Camilla would be nice pair. If we're talking siege, I would say more is more interesting. Because more can be on siege defense. It's not the greatest thing out there. But I would say more on siege defense. Like if you're a siege player, you're never gonna be using a cigar. That's definitely a thing. Yeah, I would say more for sure. He's telling me you pick, so I'll go for the more. More is also a lot more all-round. Okay, we don't have more blessings at the moment. So we just keep summoning without. Okay, I feel like that we still deserve like at least 3 more Net 5s in the last 270 scrolls. Like just mystical scrolls alone, we should have had 6. And we already did like 90 plus 90 plus 290 or something from elementals. Okay, that's another one. Another demon. You can actually use this for siege. Like talking siege-wise, he's not that bad. If you're fighting some kind of Nana team, and you can actually use this thing as a speed booster on the S2, and then you make, you put another attack buffer, and then you do some kind of nuke. It's definitely an option out there for some reviving teams. You have a lot of Tyrannies nowadays. You can even go for a Mephisto into a Dova, into a Lucian. It's not the craziest out there, but there's definitely some options where he could be used for siege, I would say. Ooh, another one. That's what we need. Like, you just at some point, if you summon enough, if you gamble enough, at some point you're gonna have the good luck. That's how it works. Every gambler stops before his grade is winning. And no, don't get into gamble addiction. Gamble addictions are bad. Never spend money you can miss. We still deserve one more in the last 70, or even 2 more. I think there was one. I went on the escape too fast, but I think there was. Saw it for 1 frame. Yep. Talking siege defense, yes sir, yes sir. We're actually crossing off all kinds of siege units, yes sir. Definitely the siege defense meta out there right now. Pair that with an Assure, and I would say Lamilla's pretty common, Assure's pretty common. LD next to one of those 2 pairs, something like that. You definitely see a lot of Tyrannese-based defenses nowadays. It's pretty annoying. People were asking me before, it's like, oh, why don't you just Nana for a revive? Your Nana doesn't do 35k damage with a skill 2. That's the big difference. Okay, we're still due a bunch of net 5s, that is for sure. But let's see what we can get on Legendary Scrolls. Also, Legendary Scrolls, man. Do you remember back in the days you had a Legendary Scroll pack where you get 1 Legendary Scroll and there's just a 6.5% chance to get a net 5? Imagine every of the clicks that I do right now is $100. Eee! Siege offense is usable. If it's new, it's new. Not the craziest out there, but there are a few siege offenses where you would use it. Sure, Rita and Tyrannese, good defense. Absolutely. Okay, those were all of these. Well, then we just go into these. Demon Slayer collab stuff. Could still be a Dark Tanjiro or something. Dark Nezuko. Wait, wasn't. Nope, also not new. Well, at least thus far we got all new units, which is definitely a thing as well. Let's first do these. If there's lightning, I'm just gonna kind of let it run out as well, because it could be an LD4. LD4s from here are pretty decent option. Okay, that's where we get an LD4. It is HOH though, but is an LD4. This year, I don't think I pulled any LD5 on... Also not for anyone on the 11-year scrolls. On the 10-year scrolls, I got a few. Wait, this one is new, but... wait. How does that work? How is a Jolton new, but the fucking Ikasha is not new? How is that a thing? Well, we also had a new Garo on this account. Wait, we also have this one new? Wait. Okay. Is HOH, but is not HOH. So... This one is actually for Siege. Once again, we're crossing off a lot of Siege units. Like, we're not getting crazy rates for the amount of net 5s, but we're getting a good amount of rates for units that he's looking for. Siege. Also, a lot of net 4s. Holy shit. Is new, but also HOH, I think. Ooh. LD5. Let's go. What's the best LD5? Sylvia. If you want to go Siege, LD5, Sylvia. Indra is a dupe, so I guess we go Blessing. Wait, yeah, Blessing activated. Let's go. Also new, but also HOH. Got Bella. What do you think of her? I'm not the biggest fan of Bella these days. Like, before, Bella was quite good in meta, but right now she's having the issue that a simple, what's it called? Fire Twins just does her job of multi-hitting way better, plus doing a lot more. Okay, that's where we pop the Blessing. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. I think this is pretty much one of the most siege defense meta unit right now out there. Plus, it's a very good all-round unit. Like, this is one of those units I recommend a lot of people to take from their selection summon. Yeah, it's funny that he's asking for like a siege summons, like siege units. And the only thing I've been pulling is siege units. Don't mind if I do. Can be used for siege offense as well. Wait, who is this? Oh, that is the Grim Joe. I mean, Demon Slayer unit. Also, like, what the fuck do they expect with me casting these names? Am I gonna say this is the Wind White Tiger, Blade Master, Potato, Hamster, Garbage, fucking Truck? I don't know, man. What the fuck? What's with this name? This helps. Not this. Oh, we're out of scrolls over there. Then we continue with these. How long until Rush? A week? Like about 1 hour and 7 days. And then we still have these. Let's first do these, and then we're going into the Transcendence scrolls. Okay, LD4. Second scroll. Not bad, not bad. is new. That's good. The thing is, he misses base stats. Like, if he had better base stats, he would actually be good because his kit is good. It's just his base stats are terrible. Only place I actually use him in is the Labyrinth final stage. Okay, second lightning. Luna. Probably already have you. 28 left. We only need one scroll for an LD5. Okay, third lightning. We already had those. Give me something Gucci. We're gonna do 3 lightnings in about 60-ish scrolls. That kinda ass though. That kinda ass. Oh, you also told me also do the engraved. Ah, okay. Ooh, yeah, you do go for the Adriana most likely. Makes sense. Well, let me just get an Adriana 1 scroll. Okay, then we get it in this session. Yep, Adriana over here, easy. Easiest game of my life. He wants an Adriana, we'll get one. Oh, it's a Cardinal. Fuck you, Cardinal. Well, it's new. Still, fuck you, Cardinal. Okay, that's the Adriana. Sorry, I didn't do it in the first try. This is the Adriana. It's not a Cardinal. Fuck you, Cardinal. Blessings don't work on these regardless, so I'll just feed in the Cardinal for a blessing on the later scroll that we have. Okay, feed for blessing. Blessing don't work on engraved scrolls. Would be a little bit too OP. So let's see. We're still looking for Leo or Camilla or any siege unit. Thus far, we have been pulling a lot of siege units. Neither of them really that much of a siege unit. Well, actually, Jemire siege offense. I would, if you're just talking siege, I would rather go Jemire than a Abellio. Because you have the offense with a light homunculus and then Jemire, and then you can go for a Covenant, or if you have any of the LD, the single target nukers. That would be an option right there. Okay, he says go for the Jemire. I would recommend highly on a Jemire over here, because this is just for siege offense, so much better. Druid, you're never going to use siege offense. Okay, and then the final one, this is going to be the Camilla, Adriana, or a Leo. Gelnir, if it's new, it's not bad. Okay. So he asked for a siege session, and we definitely did a siege session right there. Like, pretty much all LDs that we pulled that were new are good for siege. Wait, so we pulled this one. That's good for siege. We pulled U and U, which are good for siege. U, arguably good for siege. This one, not great for siege, though. Did we pull more? We pulled U, absolutely great for siege. U, not bad for siege. And then we also got a Dark Robo. So in the end, not a lot of net 5s for the amount of scrolls we had, but I would say pretty good ones for the amount of scrolls. Like good siege defense, good siege defense, good siege offense, good siege offense. Okay-ish overall a little bit. Decent siege offense. And then this thing could be used siege offense as well. And then we also have a Dark Robo. So I would say pretty W session if you're asking for a siege session. If you don't mind at the end, take out the storage that you would have to upgrade for siege. You have like 120 Devilmons. I would say in order of Devilmoning, definitely go Terranese, then Lamila, then go Jemire, then go Belial. Those 4 I would definitely skill up. If you're planning to use Ariel, skill it up. Bolfric doesn't really need skill up, so that's pretty chill. This one, if you're just using it for the nuke, doesn't really need skill ups neither, because it's just an attack bar boost and it's more for the passive there. And this one, only skill it up if you actually do want to use it, so I think that's my recommendation for that. And also Ariel, if you do want to use it, you definitely have to skill it up, but it's more of like a side thing if you want to use it or not. Piranha also decent for siege offense. The Piranha was a dupe, you already had that one. So I would say overall not a bad session at all. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.